Today on the 50-pound brain, I gather up all my remnant footage of stuff I've done on Higgins in the near past, and just kind of stick it all together. You're going to see how I adjusted the door swing so that it actually closes on the driver's side. I did a color tune, basic tune on him, and there'll be another video where we go more in depth on the color tune system. And I installed the trunk lid latch, since it's just been kind of bouncing around with the driving that I've been doing. So sorry it's kind of haphazard and hodgepodge, but things have been happening. I just been busy with a bunch of stuff. I know that's no excuse. I'm a horrible YouTuber, but thanks for watching anyway. Today on the 50-pound brain, we need to tune old Higgins. He's running a little rich, and I don't own a refinery. So let's get to it. So the first thing we need to do is check timing. Now, since I converted this to the narrow belt pulley setup, that pulley doesn't come with any timing marks on it. And it would have been prudent if I would have put marks on it before I put the body on the chassis. That would have been easy peasy. However, that's not the way we roll around here. Why work smarter when we can work harder? So now I got to put marks on it. And because I have a suspicion that the distributor isn't all that, as far as keeping a setting. So let me put some timing marks on it, and we'll throw a timing light on it. So we got to put marks on the harmonic balancer, and I'm going to use this to give me 0, 5, and 10 degrees. That'll be enough to get it timed. Make sure the timing's okay, and make sure this timing's consistent. This is what we're dealing with. There's our new timing marks. Hopefully you can see them. Good old Sharpie will get her done for the time being. So that's 0, 5, and 10 degrees before top dead center. Our timing is actually pretty good. So the other thing we're doing is we're going to use the color tune on it and see how she's burning. So it's actually burning pretty good. I'm having a hard time getting it in here so you can see it. Let me give her some gas so you can see the burn. Well, you'll be able to see it. You gonna pull the choke? So pull the choke so you can see how it turns yellow once you richen it up. It's on the dash. Other one. That one, pull it out. Okay, here's what a rich burn looks like. All right, push it in. And see, it goes back to blue. Burning nice. All right, so let's pull this hinge and see what we can accomplish.
screws. You can see they don't build a whole lot of adjustment into these door hinges in the back side. There's not, most cars, and even this one to some extent, the nuts that these bolts screw into will float, and so you get a little bit of adjustment just for alignment purposes. But usually on most cars they're on a plate, they're all together, they all float together, where these are individual nuts back there that are captured. So alright, it's perfect. I can't see what I'm doing either. Stupid. You guessed it, good old McMaster car. Let's see, because here is our problem. Ha ha! Success! All right. It's the first time that door has been shut for really reals since we started driving them. Yes! See, it was hitting down here, and I don't know if you can see it. Got my stand is in the way, but this edge was hitting on the rocker. You can see a little bit of chafe right there. I'm still gonna try and do it a little better, raise it up a little more, but success. So one of the problems we still have is this door doesn't hit the second latch. You got your first latch here, but to be fully closed, this latch should be in this slot. Where's my finger? Right here, up in here, and it doesn't quite make it. And I'm bottoming out. The door is bottoming out here against this lip, so it's not a matter of, you know, originally I thought that maybe there was weld buildup down here that was keeping us from coming in, but that's not true. This is, it's in that way as far as it can go. The problem is this doesn't have enough adjustment this way to move this out enough to catch the latch. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this over to the shop and we're going to mill off a little bit of this edge to let that catch. We're still going to leave plenty of meat here. We're not going to go full depth. Just in, I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in some. There's that recess that's made for the latch. We're just going to lower that a little bit more. That's what we're going to do. And get this door shut. Because once the door's shut for good, I mean, fully shut, I can quit messing with it and we can proceed to other things like passenger seat belt, some seat back cushioning. I got new GoPro mounts for stuff. And get some carpet in this thing and make it more like a real car. I mean, it is a real car and it's a real fun car to drive. And I don't like to spend time on a bunch of minutia, but keeping the door shut while driving, I don't consider too much to be minutia. Jeep people might disagree, but it's a Triumph thing. You wouldn't understand. Try and get an alignment shot here of, see how much that the latch will draw down the door as you engage it. So but it will completely latch. But that's what it takes to do it. And even then, seeing it's still not this time latched. So to me, that's just too violent. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and trim that down. And I'll show you what else I think is going on versus the passenger side too. So I don't know how well you can see this, but because of the diameter of these holes, this is all the adjustment we have here on the driver's side as far as left, right, up, down. And of course, you want to come right because it's a circle. You know, the farther you come right, you also come up inadvertently. So I think that's also part of what's causing our problem. Let me show you the passenger side. Someone in this vehicle's history has hogged out these holes to have more adjustment, and it paid off for this door. And actually, I don't even know how far to the extremes that I have to hit to get this thing, the latch, to go well, but it has gone well from the get-go. So I may want to do that. I'm not sure yet. I don't really want to. We'll try milling the door latch a little bit first, but not enough to make it structurally unsound. So yeah, we're going to proceed to some other things. All right, we're back in the 50-pound brain lab, and we've done a couple configuration changes since the last time you were here. We changed the benches, and we've upgraded the lighting quite a bit, so it's much nicer in here now. But we're going to machine the door latch and make that door shut completely. So I'm using a 3/16 transfer punch and a 3/16 drill bit because those would fit in the holes for the thing to get it. I want it to be, the new surface to be parallel to the screw holes, not necessarily to that top face, because that top face isn't it's a pretty rough casting and a pretty rough final machining process on this thing. So don't so much care about that as long as it's parallel to this screw plane or axis or whatever you want to call it. Some kind of geometric term, I'm sure. I don't know if you can tell, but this surface has a slight rise in it as you go from left to right. And so we're going to take that out because that's also apparent on the vehicle. So I want this surface to be parallel with the center line between these two screw centers, so that as we adjust it, everything kind of stays square. That's what we're going to accomplish right now. So let's see if I can zoom in. We took off like 45 thousandths off the original height, which is that last ridge in there in the back. So 45 thousandths, which I think will give us plenty of engagement on the latch now. Another thing I wanted to get done today was install the trunk lid latch. Now the old one here, as you can see, has these awesome forged crimps that hold this in place. I don't have a way to do that, but because this will just slip on. But what I do have is I can put a tack bead with my welder on there to keep this in place. And I think that's what we're going to do. So I've never recorded welding with a GoPro before. We'll see how this goes. Well, it's not the prettiest thing, but it does the job. We'll see if it works in the car. That looks much nicer. And I don't know if I can do this one-handed, because I got to push down on the seal, and it locks too. Beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was educational or piqued an interest in some way. There were some holes in the tasks and the videos because some of them were corrupted once I got them on my machine, which sucked because you can't go back and do it this late in the game. But if you want more details or information about anything that I did in the videos, just leave a comment and we can address it in the future. So thanks for watching.